Hello friends, I wanted to share some of the indie titles coming out in 2015 and 2016 that I'm looking forward to. So, let's check them out. First up is A.N.N.E. It's a Metroidvania-style platformer and shooter with a lot of exploration. The developer is Games Bymo, who have done a few projects already, and A.N.N.E. just looks incredible. It has a unique take on the pixel art style that we've honestly been a little overloaded with, but I love the art style, so I really don't care. Gameplay will switch between hopping around and shooting things with a gun, to flying around in a ship and shooting things with a bigger gun. The two different types of gameplay brought into one experience is pretty unique and looks like a lot of fun. They've kept up with updates, and although there's no release date yet, they've said there will be an announcement soon. You can keep up with their updates on their Kickstarter. They seem to be aiming for a 2015-2016 release date, and the game will come out on PC, Mac, and Linux. Next, let's take a look at Below. It's a top-down adventure game with a focus on surviving encounters and exploration. It takes many of the elements that you might have seen from roguelikes and puts them into a dark, atmospheric setting. Combat is meant to be difficult, and there will be permadeath. The setting is an island, and the graphics makes me think of a 2D Dark Souls. The developer Capybara has already made some really good games in Super Time Force and Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. All of the art I've seen is beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to taking a crack at this game for myself. Luckily, we shouldn't have to wait too long, since they're looking to release on Xbox One and PC in 2015. Heartforth Alicia is a Metroidvania RPG that looks to tie together the gameplay of Symphony of the Night, Dungeons of Zelda, and the story of Xenogears. That's a lot to ask, but if they pull it off, it should be one of the best upcoming indie games of 2016. The style is reminiscent of 16 and 32-bit games of the past, and looks stunning. The gameplay and mechanics in the trailer looks like exactly what you would want from that sort of game. If they can top it off with a great, meaningful story, then they have a real gem on their hands. The game's director, Alonso Martin, is a Mexican film director who has worked on 18 short films and advertisements. It will be interesting to see how him and his team can transfer that knowledge into gaming. The game is set to release for PC, Mac, Linux, PS4, PS Vita, and Wii U in March of 2016. Now let's take a look at Firewatch. This is Camposanto's first title, which was showcased at E3. It's the story of a fire lookout after the Yellowstone fires. The game seems to focus on exploration and dialogue through the use of a walkie-talkie. There will be dialogue options to choose from. You control the main character through a wooded environment in first person, similar to titles like The Long Dark and The Forest. There's a lot of focus on atmosphere and interaction with the environment. Much of this sounds like something we've heard of before, but video of the game looks promising. They've set a release date of sometime in 2015 for PC, Mac, and Linux, and PlayStation 4. No Man's Sky is one of the most interesting indie titles conceptually. You pilot through a galaxy which is randomly generated, and you can trade, engage in combat, and explore. You can also go straight from flying in space to going through a planet's atmosphere and landing with no loading screen. There are somewhere around 18 quintillion planets to explore, meaning that it's literally impossible to explore everything in the game. The concept is crazy, and it's hard to believe that this is being tackled by a small development team. Hello Games did release a well-received title in Joe Danger, and No Man's Sky may be their magnum opus. Either way, I'm keeping my eye on this game. It's set to release sometime in 2015 or 2016 for PC and PS4. All of these games look great, and I can't wait to get a chance to play them for myself. 2015 and 2016 looks to be a promising time for indie titles. I've been Melchiorus from GameClouds. Have a good night, friends.